September 23rd, 1998. JFK Airport, New York. The first stop during the 9-day tour of New York and France. The Prime Minister of India, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and his delegation arrive in New York. Accompanying him are the Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri K. Ramamurthy, and the Vice Chairman of the Planning Commission, Shri Jaswant Singh. New York, America's great metropolis, a city of skyscrapers, hectic political activity along its impressive coastline, and the verve and vitality of everyday living. The Indian Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee, met the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shri Nawaz Sharif. Addressing the press conference, the Indian Prime Minister stressed upon both nations to pave the way for unity and establish a hotline between the two countries.
There should be closer cooperation in other economic sectors also. Pakistan has offered energy, the electricity to India, and we express our readiness to buy it. There will be a direct bus service from Delhi to Lahore. Visa rules will be relaxed. Rules governing issuing of visas will be relaxed, and steps will be taken to, and a new road cum rail link will be established between Munavo and Khokrapa in Rajasthan. It has also been decided that hotline between two prime ministers should be restarted. Firing on the border should be stopped. I am referring to line of control.
September 24th, 1998, addressing the 51st session of the United Nations Assembly in Hindi, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee said, "I congratulate you on being elected chairman of the 53rd UN Assembly. India has proved that democracy in a developing country can work. I do believe that other democratic developing nations will follow the example of India and achieve steady and sustained economic growth. Policies and plans to maintain internal peace and security should not be influenced by external political priorities and resolutions. There is only one solution: to include new members in the Security Council. Mr. Chairman, sir, at the close of the 20th century, there is another priority looming before the international community: nuclear disarmament. Restrictions have been imposed on further chemical tests. In the past, nuclear weapons were developed for mass destruction. We have to agree beforehand that in future, these weapons will not be used for destructive purposes. During the past 50 years, India has constantly been advocating international peace and understanding through global disarmament. In 1996, we were obliged to stay away from signing the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, the CTBT. In India, 5 underground nuclear tests were carried out on May 11th and May 13th this year. In the future, these tests will ensure the security of the country and act as deterrents against nuclear attacks from other nations. These tests do not imply that there has been any change in India's stand on global nuclear disarmament. India has already banned all underground test explosions in the future. India has accepted the responsibility of the CTBT. In 1996, India was unable to comply with this. as by doing so, our full potential would have remained unexplored, and we would have had to compromise our national security. Keeping its responsibilities towards its own internal problems in perspective, India has always been ready to cooperate with the international community. India is discussing the various issues related to the CTBT with other nations, and I declare that in future India will extend full support. In conclusion, I'd like to recite a shlok from the Rig Veda in Sanskrit, the oldest language in the world.
हजारों वर्ष पहले ऋग्वेद में लिखे एक श्लोक के साथ अपना भाषण समाप्त करता हूँ। स्वस्थिर मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जगात भेषजं समनो अस्ति द्विपदे सम चतुष्पदे ओम शांति शांति शांति। इसका भावार्थ है कि सभी
may every living thing prosper on earth, all plant and vegetation on which humans and animals survive. A feeling of compassion should exist among every human being, and love for all animals abound. Everywhere there should be peace, peace, peace. With these words, Mr. Chairman, I thank you and end my speech. The Prime Minister of India met the leaders and representatives of many nations. Among them were the French Foreign Minister, Sri Hubert Védrine, the Foreign Minister of Zimbabwe, Sri Isaac Mudenge, and the Foreign Minister of Bangladesh, Abdul Samad Azad.
Ravi Shankar ji has been my colleague in Rajya Sabha. He knows everything about Parliament. I hardly know anything about music. आज की शाम रवि शंकर के नाम मेरा सिर्फ राम राम।
Between political parleys, we saw a very different side of our Prime Minister's personality. After Pandit Ravi Shankar's sitar recital, like a true exponent of classical music, the Prime Minister said, "Today's evening is dedicated to Ravi Shankar. As for me, I can only salute him."
दुर्गे स्मृता हरते भीतिमशेषजन्तो स्वस्थैः स्मृतामतिमतीव शुभां ददासि।
At the Bharati Vidya Bhavan in New York, his poetic instincts were aroused when one of his poems was sung.
टूटे हुए तारों से फूटे वासंती स्वर, टूटे हुए तारों से फूटे वासंती स्वर, पत्थर की छाती में न उग आया नव अंकुर, पत्थर की छाती में उग आया नव
देवी और सज्जनों,
Speaking on the occasion, he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, if I hadn't entered politics, I would have continued writing poetry and perhaps become a poet. But politics and poetry do not go arm in arm."
लेकिन राजनीति और कविता साथ साथ नहीं चल सकते। टूटे हुए तारों से फूटे वासंती स्वर, पत्थर की छाती में उगाया नव अंकुर, झरे सब पीले पात, कोयल की कुहुक रात, प्राची में अरुणिमा की रेख देख पाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया। टूटे हुए सपने की सुने कौन सिसकी, आदमी रोता है तो उसकी सिसकी कोई ना कोई सुन लेता है, आसपास रहने वाले सुन लेते हैं, लेकिन सपना अगर टूट जाए तो उसका दर्द कौन सुनेगा, उसकी सिसकी कौन सुनेगा। टूटे हुए सपने की सुने कौन सिसकी, अंतर को चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी। आंसू बह नहीं रहे हैं, पलकों पर ठिठके हुए, हृदय को चीर कर पीड़ा आई है।
He also attended a program of the Asia Society and said, in maintaining relations between the nations of Asia and America, particularly between India and America, the Asia Society is playing a significant role.
For Asia and America to meet, and on many occasions for India and the USA to meet.
The Indian ambassador to the United States of America, Shri Naresh Chandra, organized a program to welcome the Prime Minister. Addressing the gathering, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee said, "Friends, during the last 50 years, there have been numerous occasions when we have come under attack. This situation has to be remedied. We will not attack anyone, but India will not tolerate an attack from anyone in future. The explosions at Pokhran were not against any one country or countries. It was for protection. The truth is that we want a world where there is no need, no place for atomic weapons. Some nations are stockpiling atomic weapons and some atomic energy and power, while for others, carrying out peaceful experiments has become a problem. We need atomic energy and nuclear power for our progress, for production. There is a shortage of electricity in the country. In their country, the shortfall of 82% is made up with atomic energy. For us, they have even made it difficult to build atomic reactors. We want to change in this situation. There are 5 nations. I call them 5 elements, P5. If these 5 elements are controlled, keep themselves in control, then the objective of the world will have been achieved. A world free of nuclear weapons, a world without nuclear weapons.
अपनी जरूरत एटॉमिक एनर्जी से पूरी करते हैं। हमारे लिए एटॉमिक रिएक्टर बनाना भी एक मुश्किल की बात कर दी गई थी। हम चाहते हैं इस स्थिति में परिवर्तन हो। जो 5 देश हैं और जिन्हें मैं पंच महाभूत कहता हूं, P5, ये पंच महाभूत अगर नियंत्रण में रहें, अपने को नियंत्रण में रखें, और फिर जो संसार का लक्ष्य है, ए वर्ल्ड ऑफ फ्री ऑफ न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स, ए वर्ल्ड विदाउट न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स,
On the 29th of September, the Indian Prime Minister flew from New York to Paris, the capital of France. The Prime Minister of France, Lionel Jospin, met Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. They exchanged cordial talks on military matters and on security and cooperation. He called on the President of France, Jacques Chirac, and later called on the President of the French National Assembly, Laurent Fabius. The Indian ambassador in France had organized a dinner and a sightseeing tour for the accompanying members of the media. The Eiffel Tower proved the most exciting. The clock at the tower counted days to the year 2000. At the time of this film, there were 459 days left. Leaving behind a brightened image of India on the world stage, the Prime Minister returned to Delhi on the 1st of October 1998.